Ryan thought he had finally made it. At 25 years old, he was earning $45,000 a year. He wasn't rich, but he believed he was on the right path. Like most people, Ryan thought money was the answer. If he could just earn more, life would finally become easier. So he worked harder than ever. He stayed late, took on extra responsibilities, accepted every opportunity he could, and eventually it paid off. 5 years later, Ryan was making over $100,000 a year. His income had more than doubled, and for the first time in his life, he felt successful. He moved into a nicer apartment, bought a newer car, started taking better vacations, upgraded his phone, upgraded his wardrobe, started eating at nicer restaurants. From the outside, Ryan looked like someone who had figured life out. His friends were impressed. His family was proud. His social media looked incredible. There was only one problem. At the end of every month, Ryan's bank account was almost empty, and he couldn't understand why. How could someone earning over $100,000 a year still feel broke? The answer lies in a trap that catches millions of people every year, a trap so common that most people don't even realize they're inside it. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it quietly destroys wealth. When Ryan got his first major raise, it felt amazing. For years, he had imagined what life would look like if he earned more money. He imagined freedom, security, happiness. And for a while, that's exactly how it felt. The extra income gave him options. The apartment upgrade felt deserved. The new car felt deserved. The vacations felt deserved. Everything felt deserved. After all, Ryan had worked hard for it. But what Ryan didn't realize was that every upgrade came with hidden costs. The bigger apartment came with higher rent, higher utility bills, higher expectations. The newer car came with higher insurance, higher maintenance costs, higher monthly payments. Even the little upgrades added up. Streaming subscriptions, food delivery, premium memberships, impulse purchases. One by one, they seemed harmless. Together, they became expensive. And slowly, something strange happened. The things that once felt exciting started feeling normal. The apartment that once felt luxurious became ordinary. The car that once felt impressive became expected. The lifestyle that once felt special became routine. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. It's the tendency for human beings to quickly get used to improvements in their lives. What feels exciting today becomes normal tomorrow. And once something becomes normal, our brains immediately begin searching for the next upgrade, the next purchase, the next experience, the next paycheck. It's a race that never ends, and most people don't realize they're running it. Ryan certainly didn't. From the outside, he looked successful. Inside, he felt stuck. Because while his income had doubled, his expenses had quietly followed. Every raise created new spending. Every financial win created new obligations. He was making more money than ever before. Yet he wasn't building wealth. He was simply funding a more expensive version of his previous life. This is where most people get confused. Because income and wealth are not the same thing. Someone earning $60,000 a year can become wealthy. Someone earning $250,000 a year can stay broke. The difference isn't income. The difference is behavior. Wealth is not what you spend. Wealth is what you keep. Imagine two people earning exactly the same salary. The first person spends every raise, every bonus, every extra dollar. The second person invests a portion of every raise, every bonus, every extra dollar. At first, their lives look almost identical, but 10 years later, the difference is impossible to ignore. One owns expensive things, the other owns assets, and assets are different. Assets continue working even when you aren't. They grow, they compound, they create opportunities, they create freedom. Meanwhile, liabilities do the opposite. They demand more money, more maintenance, more attention, more work. One day, Ryan stumbled across a simple idea. Instead of upgrading his lifestyle every time his income increased, he would upgrade his investments. Whenever he got a raise, part of it would go directly into investments before he ever had a chance to spend it. At first, it wasn't easy. The temptation to spend never disappeared, but something interesting happened. His savings began to grow, his investments began to grow, and eventually his net worth began to grow. For the first time, his money was working harder than he was. Ryan finally understood something most people never learn. Looking wealthy and being wealthy are completely different things. Looking wealthy costs money. Being wealthy creates money. The wealth trap isn't low income. It isn't bad luck. And it isn't a lack of intelligence. The wealth trap is believing that every increase in income should automatically lead to an increase in lifestyle. Because when your spending rises as fast as your earnings, you'll never truly get ahead, no matter how much money you make. Ryan spent years chasing the appearance of success, but real success wasn't in the apartment, or the car, or the vacations. It was in the assets quietly growing in the background. And that's the lesson most people learn too late. It's not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep. Because the fastest way to stay broke is to spend every dollar that comes your way. I have one question for you. If you got a 50% raise tomorrow, would you invest the extra money or would your lifestyle grow with your income? Type invest or lifestyle in the comments. I'm curious to see what most people would choose.